So guys, in today's video, I want to go over exactly how you guys can easily make your drop maps in Chapter 4. I've gotten a lot of requests to actually remake this video. I made one back in Chapter 3, but I want to definitely go over exactly how you guys can make them in an updated fashion. Drop maps are by far some of the most important things on this entire map, considering that this map has a lot less loot than the previous ones do. You're definitely going to need to have the best drop in order to outplace your opponents and get the best chances of winning off spawn in each different competitive game that you play. A very good rule of thumb is to use these two different websites that I'm going to go over and then alter it based upon your personal experience in the actual game. But anyways guys, be sure to use code SonataYT in the Fortnite item shop if you guys do want to support me. Let's hop right into this video. So to start off, like I said before, obviously you're going to want to use two different websites. This is going to be Landing Tutorial and Fortnite.gg. Basically what you're going to want to do is go into these websites, and then I'm going to let you guys know exactly how to start with step 1 of making your drop map from there. So now guys, I'm actually in the websites of Landing Tutorial and Fortnite.gg right here. These are the two websites that you're going to want to have open. Once you have them, I'm going to be explaining exactly what the first step is for you guys to actually create your drop map. So to begin, I want to generally go over what you should be doing in landingtutorial.com. In Landing Tutorial, you're going to be seeing there's obviously a bus path indicator right here, and then obviously a marker for where you want to land. The first thing you're going to want to do is place your marker on where it is exactly you want to land. For me, that's going to be this little shack near the racetrack right here, to be as exact as possible. I'm going to be landing right exactly on the shack and finding out the best drops for that shack based on various different bus paths around the map. So what I would recommend you guys do is you have this original little thing right here. This is the little bus path indicator, and I'd recommend that you guys set it to various different indicators. Now the first thing that I'd recommend is that you guys start off by obviously doing the casual horizontal and vertical different bus path indicators. So as you guys can see right here, I'm pretty much horizontal, and I'm going to click find best drop. And then what Landing Tutorial is going to do is it's going to give me the best drop based upon the different bus paths. So right here, it's going to say where I should generally jump. This is a rough estimate of where I should jump from the battle bus. And then it's going to give me a rough estimate of where I should deploy my glider roughly. What you're then going to want to do is you're going to want to note down this point and then save it for later for when you're actually adding it to your Fortnite.gg map. So for me, I'd add that indicator right around here to make sure that I know exactly where I'm going to be landing when I try to get here and where to deploy my glider. That's the point of this point. It's where you deploy your glider when you're trying to glide to your POI. Then I'd recommend you guys go around this little map and then you do it for each and every single bus path that you can find. So for this one, for example, you're going to click find best drop. Then it's going to tell you that it wants you to deploy your glider right around here. And you're going to want to do this pretty much all the way around. You're going to want to do it for obviously vertical one right here. And then it's going to give you this little place to deploy your glider. And then you're just going to want to do this once again all around. So do all the different bus paths that you guys feel comfortable with until you have pretty much a full ring of circles around this area. So I'm going to skip to when I'm actually done with the drop map and then go over to Fortnite.gg in order to help clarify. So for me guys, this is my finished drop map for how to land at this shack in the racetrack. These are all the different points around the map where I would land based upon each bus path. You guys are going to have all of these different points, but it is important to keep in mind that all of these points are just rough estimates. These are not exact specific points where you need to deploy your glider every time. I'm going to now get into the next step of how you guys should adjust these points by actually using your in-game experience and overall real-life experience and how to implement that into the game. Now, after you guys have found all of the different markers for a specific POI on the map, what you're then going to want to do very simply is you're going to want to go into your game. You're going to either go into a pub game or you can go into a custom game that you make. And then you're going to want to go in the various different battle bus paths that you have. You're going to want to test out each of the different markers that you have. So landingtutorial.com isn't 100% accurate. It kind of gives you just a rough estimate of where you should deploy your glider. So I want you to test out all the different markers that you guys have. If you're way too low to the POI, you're going to want to move your marker a little bit closer. And then if you're way too high landing at the POI, you're going to want to move your marker a little bit further back. That will result in you guys perfecting the exact spot to put your markers. And then once you're done with that, you're going to have a really good estimate of exactly where to put your markers, and then that's going to help you solidify each different point for your drop map in the game. After you're done with this fact, you guys are definitely going to want to make an overall drop maps having circles all around the POI that you want to land at, and then you're definitely going to want to test it in actual games as well. Make sure that you perfect how to deploy your glider. Remember, all of these marks are how and where to deploy your glider. So regardless of where you jump from, you're going to want it to automatically deploy at that specific point. That's how you're going to maximize the chance of getting the best drop for this POI. So definitely be sure to focus on that when you guys are landing. And then obviously guys, the final step for your drop map is to actually put it into effect and practice it in game. Now obviously guys, there is a chance that you will be having battle bus paths that are not the exact same as the ones that you guys practiced. However, what this means is that you should look at your drop map and see which marker is the closest to your POI in the bus path that you have, and then decide where exactly to deploy and where exactly to jump. This is what a lot of pro players will do when they have their drop maps. It's a really good way to actually make sure that you are getting the best drop every single time. So be sure to do that 100% of the time. Guys, that is the full video on exactly how to make a drop map. This was a pretty short one. I didn't want to go too in-depth into it because then they would be pretty much wasting your guys' time. I wanted to get straight to the point and explain exactly how to make a drop map. I definitely enjoyed making this video. I thought it was quite fun. Drop maps are extremely valuable, especially in today's modern day era. You cannot be messing up your drops whatsoever. But that's about it for this video, guys. Be sure to like and subscribe to the channel, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye, guys.